History remembers those who dare to challenge the norm, those who envision a better world, and those who dedicate their lives to realizing that vision. Such individuals become beacons of hope, their light piercing through the darkness of time to illuminate the path for future generations. Basavanna, a 12th century reformer, philosopher, and poet from Karnataka, India, stands tall among such luminaries. His radical ideas on social equality, religious inclusivity, and the dignity of labor were revolutionary for his time and continue to resonate with profound relevance even today. To truly comprehend the magnitude of Basavanna's impact, we must first journey back to 12th century India. Picture a land of vibrant cultures, diverse faiths, and complex social structures. The caste system, with its rigid hierarchies, held sway over every aspect of life, dictating one's occupation, social standing, and even access to spiritual enlightenment. The chasm between the privileged few and the marginalized masses was vast, perpetuating a cycle of inequality and injustice.
Amidst this backdrop of social stratification and religious orthodoxy emerged Basavanna, a beacon of hope in a society yearning for change.
Basavanna's story begins in Bagawadi, Karnataka, India. Born in 1134 CE, he entered a world steeped in tradition and caste. His Brahmin family ensured him a comfortable upbringing and education. Yet, young Basavanna couldn't ignore the stark inequalities.
Bagawadi was a microcosm of 12th century India. The marketplace and temple courtyards exposed him to societal divisions. He saw the plight of the marginalized, denied dignity and respect.
The seeds of social conscience were sown early in Basavanna's heart. Basavanna's early education was steeped in the traditional scriptures and teachings of his Brahmin heritage. He excelled in his studies, demonstrating a keen intellect and a remarkable capacity for absorbing knowledge. Yet, his thirst for understanding extended beyond religious texts. He possessed an innate curiosity, a desire to learn and explore the world. Basavanna's formative years were profoundly shaped by a confluence of influences. His family instilled in him a strong moral compass and a deep reverence for spirituality.
My father, Madarasa, was a temple accountant, exposing me to faith from a young age. My mother, Madalambike, known for her piety, profoundly impacted my worldview.
The social milieu of Bagawadi also shaped Basavanna's outlook. The town exposed him to the caste system and its pervasive influence.
I witnessed stark disparities, fueling my empathy for the downtrodden.
A pivotal moment in Basavanna's life arrived when he was offered a prestigious position as an accountant in the court of King Bijala II. This opportunity promised wealth, influence, and a secure future.
However, my conscience wouldn't allow me to ignore the injustices I witnessed. The court was a microcosm of societal ills.
The caste system dictated roles and privileges.
My decision to renounce my position was the result of years of introspection and a growing conviction to serve humanity.
Imagine a society where your worth is determined at birth. This was the reality of 12th century India.
I raised my voice against rigid hierarchies, offering hope and a radical departure from norms.
Basavanna's message was simple yet profound. Every human being is inherently divine. This idea struck at the core of the caste system. Section 2. Ishtalinga. The divine spark within. Central to Basavanna's teachings was the Ishtalinga, a personal symbol of the divine.
This challenged traditional idol worship in temples, often inaccessible to lower castes.
Basavanna believed true divinity resided within each individual. Section 3. Kayaka. Dignity in labour. In a society where one's occupation was often determined by birth, and certain professions were considered polluting or beneath the dignity of the upper castes, Basavanna's concept of kayaka was nothing short of revolutionary.
He emphasized the sanctity of work, declaring that all labor, regardless of its nature, was a form of worship when performed with dedication and honesty.
Kayaka wasn't merely about earning a livelihood, it was about recognizing the inherent dignity of all professions and the interconnectedness of human society. Basavanna taught that every individual, from the farmer tilling the land to the scholar poring over scriptures, played a vital role in the functioning of society.
He urged people to approach their work with reverence, seeing it as an opportunity to serve both their individual needs and the greater good.
Section 4. Anubhava Mantapa. The seed of democracy. Basavanna's vision for a just and equitable society extended beyond individual transformation. He sought to create a social space where his radical ideas could be put into practice.
This vision materialized in the Anubhava Mantapa, often referred to as the world's first parliament, a gathering place where people from all walks of life could come together to share their experiences, engage in spiritual discourse, and challenge social norms.
The Anubhava Mantapa was a radical departure from the hierarchical structures that characterized 12th century India.
Men and women, irrespective of their caste or social standing, gathered in this unique forum to engage in debates, share their poetry and spiritual insights, and collectively work towards a more just and equitable society.
Basavanna's influence extended far beyond spiritual teachings. His commitment to social justice drew King Bijala II's attention.
I, a social reformer, was appointed Prime Minister of the Kalachuri Kingdom.
This appointment showed Basavanna's growing influence over the masses. As Prime Minister, Basavanna wasted no time in implementing his vision for social reform. He saw his position not as a platform for personal gain, but as an opportunity to uplift the downtrodden and create a more just and equitable society.
I used my authority to challenge the deeply entrenched caste system, promoting intercaste marriages and appointing individuals from marginalized communities to positions of power.
One of his most significant initiatives was the establishment of Anubhava Mantes, halls of experience throughout the kingdom. These gathering places, inspired by the original Anubhava Mantapa in Kadalasangama, served as centres for spiritual discourse, social interaction, and the dissemination of knowledge.
These halls transcended the barriers of caste and class, providing a platform for people from all walks of life to come together, share their experiences, and engage in meaningful dialogue.
Basavanna's vision of a just society extended beyond social reform. He recognized that true equality required addressing economic disparities.
Everyone had the right to a dignified livelihood, and wealth should not come from exploitation.
Central to his philosophy was Kayaka, emphasizing the sanctity of work and honest labor, Section 4. Challenges and conflicts. Basavanna's radical reforms and his unwavering commitment to social justice inevitably led to resistance and conflict.
The privileged elite, threatened by my challenge to the established social order, saw me as a dangerous radical whose ideas threatened their power and privilege.
They spread rumours, sowed discord among his followers, and conspired to undermine his authority.
Even within the royal court, I faced opposition from those who clung to traditional beliefs and resisted my progressive reforms.
The king, though initially supportive of his vision, found himself caught between his loyalty to his trusted advisor and the pressures exerted by powerful factions within his court.
The delicate balance of power shifted precariously as my influence grew, and the forces of conservatism pushed back against my transformative agenda.
Imagine stepping back in time to a place where society's hierarchies dissolved, where the marginalized met the elite, and shared experiences fueled a revolution of thought.
This was the Anubhava Mantapa, a revolutionary concept from the 12th century, embodying the power of dialogue and equality.
The Anubhava Mantapa was more than a structure. It was Basavanna's vision for a just society.
Located in Kudala Sangama, it symbolized unity and inclusivity, open to all.
Within its halls, traditional power dynamics were overturned. Section 2. The essence of Anubhava. At the heart of the Anubhava Mantapa lay the concept of Anubhava itself, a term that encompasses both personal experience and its expression.
I believed that true knowledge was not something to be passively received from scriptures or gurus, but was rather a lived reality, a profound understanding that emerged from one's own experiences, reflections, and interactions with the world.
The Anubhava Mantapa served as a platform for individuals to share their Anubhavas, their personal journeys, challenges, triumphs, and spiritual insights.
It was a space where the mundane met the profound, where everyday experiences were elevated to the realm of spiritual discourse, and where the wisdom embedded in ordinary lives found expression and validation.
Section 3. Voices of Equality. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Anubhava Mantapa was its inclusivity, particularly its radical embrace of women as equal participants in spiritual and social discourse. In a society where women were often relegated to the domestic sphere and denied access to education and public life, Basavanna's vision of equality was truly revolutionary.
The Anubhava Mantapa became a platform for women to express themselves freely, to share their spiritual insights, and to challenge the patriarchal norms that confined them. Women from all walks of life, from the mystic Akka Mahadevi, who renounced worldly possessions to pursue a life of spiritual devotion, to ordinary housewives and laborers, found their voices within this unique space.
Section 4. A legacy carved in stone. Though the Anubhava